Hit this link. Yep, we're going on live.
Thanks for tuning in to another segment of Incarceration to Incorporation. Y'all know it's Friday, so y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know what time it is. Hey, first off, man, I want to give a shout out to my hosts, Julius Campbell and Julius Hall. So, man, I was gone for a few weeks, man, and the brothers they did an awesome job coming on board, man, and letting the show go on. They had awesome guests on, put on performances, man, shows that was awesome. I got a lot of feedback from a lot of viewers that hit me up that they viewed it, and even though I wasn't on, man, they say the brothers did a good job. So Julius Cameron, man, I appreciate you for coming on board, being the great host that you are, coming on the team, man, doing what you do. And of course, Julius Hall. I know he's a hard-working man, just like myself, and he been putting in work, and he been coming on every Friday doing what he do. So we're gonna get this show started. We got from my understanding, we got a nice show today. We're gonna talk about some good things, man. First of all, welcome everybody to Incarceration to Incorporation. What this is a network, a program that what we do, we talk to people that's transitioning back into society, coming from a prison passageway, helping them get the resources that they need to cope back in the lifestyle that that they once had, trying to get them out of that lifestyle and get them the help that they need to cope, to transition back into society. Just get them back into the workforce, get them back into the family situation, family relationship. That's what we do at Incarceration to Incorporation, and we got a good show coming up today. We got Sean Riley. I haven't met him yet. Marie Jones on board today, and of course we got Julius Campbell. We're gonna talk about some good things. So I'm gonna turn it over to Julius Campbell. He got the lineup. We're gonna talk about everything that's on the lineup, and we're gonna have a good show. Julius Campbell, my brother, what's up?
What's up? What's up? Good evening, my boy AB. Back. We appreciate you coming back. But we also, AB, we got a new addition to the team, Marie Jones. She's another host that we got on the radio with us today, and she has really been awesome as well. And she is responsible today for our lineup. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn it over to her so that she can introduce our lineup. But before I do that, just want to give a shout out to Julius Hall, as you have, and all our people that have been listening to us, that have been following along with us. We appreciate you. Facebook, YouTube, Jessup, those of you that are in the jail, we appreciate you coming on and just being with us, man. I'm excited. The platform that we have given to returning citizens, we have also changed the narrative. As you know, AB, you're always talking about a lot of us, when we come home, we don't automatically return back to the system. Actually, we are changing things. We are business owners, nonprofit organization owners, successful family men and women. So we've been changing that narrative, and we got some guys on today that's also going to let us know how they are changing the narrative. So without further ado, Marie, you go ahead and take over. Let us know who we're working with.
Hi, my name is Marie, and we are working with OAA. We're here to encourage and educate and empower each other. I took and I called Sean. I knew that I know he just recently got out of prison. He's been home for a while and looked like he's doing well. He got a job, and I talked to him early today, and he said that everything is not going, as good as it should. Mm-hmm. So I wanted him to come on to tell us about himself, and you don't have to tell us the charge, Sean, or anything, but I would like for you to tell us, how has it been for you when you were in prison, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
can you hear me, Sean?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I can hear you.
First and foremost, I want to thank Allah for letting me come home. It's been hard, but Allah has been blessing me too. I thank my family for once, my dad, my sisters, my brothers. I have a wonderful woman. She been by my side. When I first came home, I have got a job, brick mason. Thanks to Lamar, he helped me out on the job. So I've been working, been doing good, I had some struggles, like getting my driver license. It's like when you come home, you don't expect certain things to happen, but it happens. And you could either be frustrated and don't care, or you can just stay strong and keep going. So right now, I'm gonna keep going.
That's good.
I feel good. I have a daughter. I've been with her. We have communicated. She loved me. I love her too.
How long was you gone? How long were you incarcerated?
I was incarcerated for 20 years since I was 18. I'm 38 now. So it's a big transition.
Yes.
Transition. Only thing I can say that what really hurts is my mama passed last year.
I'm sorry.
So when I came home, it's different. And when you come from the background I came from, it's like you have to dig in deep.
Right.
And when you see your daughter or your child, your family, it makes you want to dig deep.
Right.
So that's why I haven't gave up. I'm continue to do things for myself.
How old is your daughter?
She's 19.
She's 19. So
yes.
How old was the baby when you went to prison?
My baby mom was 6 months pregnant.
Wow.
So she'd be 20 September the 14th this year.
So how's your relationship? Is building?
Yeah, it's building. She called me daddy. She called me every day at work. It's like it's a blessing.
That's good.
That would help me to try even harder.
Right.
My daughter, you know.
Right.
But also I have my brothers, my sister, and they want good for me.
Right.
So it's upon me to do what I need to do to show them that I thank them that I want to stay out there free.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
nothing like freedom.
right, freedom. Look, every day I come home from work, I sit out here in the yard and take a deep breath.
Yes.
I take it in. You know what I'm saying? Cause this is what I've been missing, and
Right.
I don't want to backtrack.
No.
Mm.
That's why I'm at home because I know out there I'm gonna either go to jail or be killed.
Right. Right.
You know,
Once you realize that, that's what's going to sit you down.
That's
right,
right.
Once you realize that that's exactly what's going to happen, that's what's going to sit you down. Once you sit down, then you got a chance to analyze what's going to happen or analyze where you want your destiny, where you want your life to be. You know what I
That's
right,
mean?
right.
That's what I was going for 10 years. And when I came home, it was a 10 years gone from the streets is a long time. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
And although I had family support, they still had that thought process that, well, his mentality, he might not change. You know what I mean? Because
right,
they know I
right,
like the fast life.
right,
I like the fast life.
right,
I ain't never been able to cope with the slow life. You know what I mean? I was always the first to do this, the first to do that. Fashionable. I was always the first to go do this because I had the money to go do it. I was making the money, hustling to do what I had to do what I got to do, and I had the money to do it. So when I came home, I had to deal with a whole different type of lifestyle. But
right.
Sean, I see, you know what I'm saying? You Muslim,
I'm Muslim.
I'm Muslim
Alhamdulillah.
as well. So I'm alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What does that
Alhamdulillah.
mean? What
Hey,
you
peace
just
and
said?
blessings be.
I
Well,
gave him,
thank.
I gave him the greeting of peace be unto you is in the Arabic, and gave it back to
Uh-huh.
me. You know what I mean? And then I say
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, which means all praises be to God. You
God.
know, he
Okay.
said it in the Arabic form. We all we said in the English form. But, you know what I'm saying? But we said it in the Arabic form. It's all the
Right.
same. You know what I
It's the
mean?
same.
Okay. I just wanted to know the understanding of it. That's all.
Okay.
As long as it's still to God, it's okay.
Right.
Yes.
That's what it's all
One
about.
God.
A lot of us confused, and you know what I mean.
Right.
Saying we
Okay.
got different gods or whatever. But anyway, Sean, what I did when I came home, I of course I got with the brothers. You know what I mean? Started going to found me a good masjid to go to, got with the brothers, and fortunately, a lot of them was into the same thing I was into, as far as entrepreneurship and stuff like that. But it still took me a while to kind of like befriend them, even though they was brothers.
Right.
But me coming from where I'm coming from the prison lifestyle, so you know, uh, it was hard. It took me years, and then I moved from state to state. I was in North Carolina. I moved to another part of North Carolina, Charlotte. Got a job down there, and it's a whole different from the western part of North Carolina, where from the eastern part to the western part of North Carolina, it was a totally different. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I had to find a masjid. Get with some brothers there, got a job, and you know that didn't work out. So I came back east North Carolina, came back to Wilson. You know, I say that to say this: it's the transition is back and forth.
Back and forth.
It's back and forth.
I know.
It's
I
back
know,
and
right?
forth. But you sitting down, analyzing and finding where you want to be and make it work for you, and then let Allah, Allah knows best. You know what I mean? But
Right.
long as you on that path, you know what I mean? That path gonna get you or put you where you want to be or where you need to be, but you gotta stick to it. You know, you
You
you know
know,
that you know the
right.
narrow path,
You
brother.
know,
You know what I mean?
it says in the Quran, right? In every difficulty, there's a relief.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
think, you know, I'm I got patience. Prison
Mm,
teach you patience.
right.
And I'm gonna
Yes,
take
it
one step at a
does.
time. I'm not gonna be fast about it. You know, I don't want what everybody else got. You know, I got patience. You know, that's why I'm working. You know, I'm just gonna step one step at a time.
Sean, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
But before I ask you a question, Tracy Rousen, she's one of our viewers, and she says, that's a blessing. May God continue to bless and keep you in his care. So there are those that are out here that are rooting for us when we come home. And I appreciate that, Tracy. But what I want to ask you is, because what we try to talk about is our transition, whether it has been smooth or difficult. And I hear that faith has played a huge part in your success. But what I want to ask you is, what did you do while you were still in to prepare you for the struggles that you were facing now that you're out, whether it was skills learning, on the job training, or mentoring? What were some of the things that you did on the inside to prepare you for the outside? Now, let me tell you why I asked that question.
Okay.
Because there is a phrase I coined called progressive preparation. A lot of people, when they're let out of prison, are not ready, especially those that did them short sentences. Now, people like us that did them long sentences, I don't know how long it took you, but we finally became intentional about preparation. And so that's why I want to ask you, what did you do while you were in to help you prepare for now that you're out?
For one, I have to tell you this. When I came in prison, I was a gangbanger. So what I did for myself is to become Muslim, take up on Islam, to better myself, to condition myself. That was the first start.
Mm-hmm.
The second start was to get a trade. I'm a certified painter.
Okay.
I learned how to cut hair. I worked on maintenance. But the only way you can do that is you do it yourself, because the prison ain't gonna teach you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, you have to want it for yourself. But I always had the will to try to motivate myself. It wasn't easy because, like I said, I was getting in trouble when I first came.
Right.
So at the end, it was kind of hard for me to get a detail because they didn't trust me. So I had to do certain things to so they could gain my trust. And that's what I did. You know, it's all about what you want, not what you need, what you want. You know, and
Sean, can I ask a question? When younger guys or guys, when men enter into the prison system, you think a lot of them join the gangs for protection?
yes, I do. Because most of them ain't gonna make it. They don't care. That's how the system is brought up. They don't care. They put you out there. You can get stabbed, or you can stab somebody and they'll let you out in the next month.
Mm.
They don't care. As long as they making money, from you, because they're keeping you in there. Every day that you stay in there, they're gonna make money.
Right.
You know, it's just like the TCs. You can go sit you can get sent to the TCs and they can send you back for anything.
Right.
For one cigarette, you get sent back to chain gang. For one cigarette.
That's something we always talk about, how the prison system is, how they make money off of individuals, how they
Yeah,
make money off. It's called mass incarceration for a reason.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That word mass is huge. It's a huge money market. You know what I
It's a
mean? So,
money making business. And
right.
with free labor. That's
It's
what
free
Judge
labor.
Mathis was talking about, free labor, which is still slavery.
See
Right,
that
exactly.
see that what got me right there. I told myself, if I could work for 20 years for free, I can get out here and get me a job and
That's
work.
right. That's right.
So
And they get
that's why I've been working. Like I got out June the 5th, June the 8th, I was working.
oh, that's good.
You know,
That's good.
I didn't wait. You know, I know that I have to do for myself now.
Yes.
So I got out there, and you know, it don't matter what kind of job, because the job that I have, and the person who over me, he's a good dude, and you know, I respect him. and I thank him for giving me this job. You know, so
That's
here I
right.
am.
Giving you an opportunity.
Opportunity, and I'm doing good.
That's right. That's
So it
right.
So
seems
what
like
are
to me,
some
ain't nothing but up from here. Nothing but up from here for you, Sean, my brother.
Hey, I've been down. I
Yes.
ain't
Nothing
got no
but up.
choice but to go up.
Nothing but
So
up.
So what are some of the things right now? Now that you're out, you got your job, you steadfast with your mindset on I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. What are some things that you're trying to do now to be able to enlighten, teach those that are around you now, whether they're young men or women, or whether they're old schools, it doesn't matter. Do you share your story, whether you're on the job or on the streets with your own family member? Are you seeking to do some things now? Because all of you have said it, that the system is made to make money off of you. Well, just saying it and keeping it to yourself is not enough to destroy that giant, if you will. So intentionally, what are you doing right now, Sean, to let the masses know or let the individual know about, from your lifestyle, how they can change?
well, in my hometown, everybody know me when they see me. Um, I had different people ask me, how it was, and every time they ask me, I tell them the truth, only the truth. Um, but I have a 10-year probation left. 10 years. I have told my probation officer that I want to talk to the football team of Baldwin High School, the basketball team of Baldwin High School, to enlighten them of the thing that I went through.
Right.
Because a week before I got locked up, I signed to Georgia to play football. So I don't want them to make the same mistake that I made.
Right.
So I think it's only right for me to talk to them,
Yes.
That's right.
to tell them that, hey, don't be out there in the streets. Go home,
That's right.
go to school, do your work, get a job, go to college. That's my thing. That's what I want to do.
Now I love that. See, because now you are intentionally trying to reduce recidivism. That's what we're talking about. How
Yes,
can
yes.
we reduce recidivism, even if it's just with your story? Even if it's with
Mm-hmm.
your story. Paul Bowman is watching, and Paul Bowman asked this question. He said, "What has been your biggest challenge since getting out?" Now, as a returning citizen, we know that there are many challenges, but he's asking, what has been your biggest challenge since you've been out?
Not going back to the gang life.
I like that. That's honesty, not going back. And how have you made sure that, what steps have you taken to ensure that you don't go back there? Wait a minute. That's number one.
Okay.
That's number two. Number one
Okay.
is, why is it hard? Because I know there are guys listening right now that's still in the gang life.
Right.
Right.
So speak to them. Tell us, first of all, because a lot of us are ignorant. Why is that such a hard thing to do? Not go back to the gang life, number one. And then number two, what steps are you taking to make sure you don't go back to that lifestyle?
One, because that what got me in prison. Why would I do something that got me in prison?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I learned that we all have a choice. We all have a choice. It's upon us to choose. And I choose
That's
not to.
right. That's
I
right.
have a daughter. I have a daughter that, what I'm saying, I'm just not meeting, like hugging, like kissing, like, showing my love. How can I disappoint her by going to that lifestyle, knowing that what happened? Two, I have a beautiful woman that I love.
Right. Right.
you
Right.
And I'm gonna make it possible that, she trusts me, that I make the right decision. And I'm gonna go from there. And we're gonna put
Sean.
God, yes,
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead, Sean.
I'm gonna put God first. That's it. And I'm gonna strive. That's it.
Sean, what would you tell a young man who come to you and say, Sean, I want to join a gang? and I got a gun and I'm going to kill somebody, what would you tell him? How would you reach him?
Hey, let me get that gun. I'm gonna tell you something that you need to do. Matter of fact, you wanna go chill? Come on, let's go out. I'm gonna show you how I do it.
Right.
This is the way to do it. You know, because the game life ain't. That's not. It on two things gonna happen. You gonna die or you gonna go to chain gang.
That's it. I
That's
think
it.
you would be a good mentor for young men. Me and Miko, which is Julius Campbell, we have like the program I was telling you about OAA, and this Wednesday on the 11th, a lot of young people are coming out. Which Miko is a part of the TIP organization. That's young men and women who we take and mentor, and I think you would be a great mentor. I don't think anything that we go through in life is just for ourselves. Is the life you live is not your own, and it's just not for you. It's what you went through is to help someone else. And like you said, you want to go to the basketball team and the football team, but there's other young men out there that's watching you who knew who you were. They probably call you OG, so they knew who you were. So you need to teach them, to let them know that that's not the way. I was telling Tree, a guy we call Tree, I was talking to Tree the other day, and I told Tree I wanted to have like an illustration. I wanted him to be like life, and then I wanted to have like Sidney Jones is a funeral home here in Savannah, and I wanted to have somebody from Sidney Jones represent death. And I wanted to tell the young people, which way are you going to choose? Are you going to choose life or death? Because putting a gun in your hand and taking someone's life, you're choosing a road of destruction. Now you went to prison for 20 years. How many of your homeboys were there for you? How many? How many was there?
I can count on one hand. But guess what? I'm not
What?
mad. I'm not mad
No.
because that will make me stronger. That will make me
No.
wiser.
I got a question.
That's right.
How many was you able to save? How many was you able to get up out of that game, like knowing what you went through, knowing that, oh man, Sean gone, man, Sean doing 20 years, man, I don't want to do this no more. Did anybody come to you, or did anybody get out of the game because of that?
I haven't really just been out there. Like I say, I've been home. You know, I don't feel comfortable out there right now.
Right.
No, I'm saying like once you was in, and they seen you in doing 20 years. When any one of your friends able to be like, well, look, I don't want to go through that. You know what I mean?
Like I can't really say because when I was in, I kind of distant myself from the outside
Okay,
because sometimes you have to do that all to do that type of time.
you got to
Doing
do your
20,
time alone
doing
like that.
20
You're right.
years, you know what I'm saying? You have to cut, you just have to distance yourself. But you have to have that mind frame because if you don't, you won't make it. And
Tracy Rouson says this is a very informative forum, and I like that she said that because and she agrees with you, Marie, that Sean would make a really good mentor.
He
Why? And I
would.
like what Paul Bowman said. Paul Bowman says you own your own choices. That's good stuff. But I want to say something as it relates to the informative aspect. Why is game acceptance so prevalent today? Now, you asked the question, or you answered it. You say a lot of people get in gangs in prison because of fear. All right. Well, let's talk about those that are not in prison. There are a lot of gangs that are still in our neighborhoods. So I want you to help us, if you will, because you experienced it. And so, can you help us to understand why you, first of all, or other men, young men, why would they gravitate to gangs when they know that the results can be death or imprisonment?
for one, for fame. A lot of people get in for fame. You know, it's because of the neighborhood they grew up in, and that's all they know. And the people around them ain't gonna teach them no better because that's what they is. They in the game. So if you in the neighborhood, then you gonna want to be down. Y'all go to the same school, you want to be down. It's just like it's no different from the prison. You know what I'm saying? It's out of fear. You know, or what somebody might do, or somebody gonna jump on me, you know. But what they don't know is this right here. You have a choice. If you go to this side right here, you ain't got to worry about no gang fighting you or jumping on you. If you do your work in school, you ain't got to worry about no gang jumping on you. You know, it's about your choices that you make in life.
Right.
Okay. Keep it real though. I want you to keep it real. This is informative. I want to ask you this. Shireen Anderson is watching, and she says, God bless you, Sean, and your family, because positivity births stability, and negativity births instability. Erica Bell says, how do they look at you now that you have changed? And when you answer that question, let's keep it real, because everybody's story may not be like your story, in the sense that once you leave a game, they don't bother you. Some people are struggling because they have made a decision or a choice to leave that game. What would you say to that individual that may experience that tough struggle of letting it go, even though they may have some hardships?
Let me say this again. I want to thank Allah, because without Him, ain't nothing possible.
Okay.
That's right.
I want to say this. I have a lot of people out here that want to see me do good. It's about my action and what they see, how far I have came, and what I'm doing right now. You know, that's how I'm getting by. Because if I'm showing them that, hey, I'm working, hey, I'm staying home, hey, I'm not doing all the other stuff, and then more people will respect that. But if you dib and dab, then there you go. People gonna look at you different. Like, hey, he's still trying to, but no, I'm not trying to do that. You know, I'm doing what I need to do to stay out. That's why I'm at home right now.
Gotcha.
And I think that you be, is it that you be home, Sean, because you feel that if you go out there in the streets, that you will go back into that lifestyle?
No, I'm home because my mama died here in the house, so I'm here.
Right.
I feel connected. I feel at peace. I pray 5 times a day, so this is where I pray at. This is where I need to be at.
That's right.
You know,
Brother.
I ain't going nowhere. You know, I don't mind cutting my own grass and doing stuff. You know, I'm here. You know, I feel good.
Now, Sean, you know what?
I ain't gotta be out there.
Sean, you know what? I didn't do as much time as you, Miko, nor AB. But I tell you, I knew what it was for me when I first came home and I got off that Greyhound bus. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had kissed the ground. I did. I kissed the ground because it's something to be free. When you don't have to somebody say, okay, now that's enough. It's time to come off the yard. That's enough. Lockdown, ladies. I kissed the ground. I really appreciate it. It took me one time to go. And by the grace of God, I'm never going again.
Right.
It is something when you have somebody that's really over your life to tell you what to do. I said last week in the segment when the lady said that the boots belong to the state and so do I.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot for me. That was
I feel it. I hate them boots.
I'm telling you, I used to cut those boots, Sean. I used to make those boots in PI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It's good. It's good to be free. One thing about it, it's good to be free.
Yes.
So
Sean, what you doing out there now, Sean, is what we call the simple life. You living a simple life. You don't need all of that glamorized, that fame type of lifestyle. You living the simple life. That's the life that Allah put down for us. The simple life. We don't need all that fame and that glory. Allah gonna give us everything that we need if you just live the simple life, and that's what you're doing. I know when I came home, I started that. I started living a simple life, and they was like, "Oh man, you know what I mean? Like the lame life. That's what they call the lame life, living a simple life. When you wanna leave, you don't want to go out to the clubs, you don't want to do no drinking, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do none of the what we call the negative stuff. You don't want to do nothing positive. They they don't want that. They don't want you to do the positive life. They want you to stay in that negative lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the challenge that I had to go through when I first came home because everybody was still doing the same thing. So
Right.
I had to
They
separate
is.
myself from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They is doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody went nowhere.
yeah,
I'm trying to have something.
right.
I want more, I want better, but it's all right. I'm gonna have patience. I'm not gonna rush to it. I'm gonna, do what I'm supposed to do the right way, not the
Right.
wrong way, but the right way. You know.
Right.
So let me
Right.
ask you a question. How do we, when I say we, the people that are watching, the viewers, those of us that are here with you right now, how do we reach young men and women who are gravitating towards that gang life or who are in that gang life? Because when somebody stepped to you, you say you was in it. When somebody stepped to you, it didn't really do nothing for you until danger or death or the dungeon, if you will, came to your being. But how can we? What are some ways that we can learn how to best reach those that are heading towards gang life?
For one, we got to get out there. We have to do more activities. We have to call them. We have to be there when something go wrong. We have to preach to them. We have to do a lot of stuff. Because it's different now.
Mhm.
They have so many drugs out there that these kids are taking, and they don't care who they selling it to. So we have to be right there on the front line, not the back, but the front line, and let them know. It don't matter if they ain't your child. You still have to let them know. Hey, look, go home.
That's right.
Look, come here. Let me tell you something. So you got a lot of us that don't do that because they're afraid of what might happen.
No.
If you're afraid of what might happen,
Mhm.
then ain't that gonna change.
Okay.
And you know what, Sean? Sean, it's the way I'm not scared. I'm not scared to talk to them. And it's the way you approach them. I'm
Right.
not, Sean. I'm not. I'd rather deal with the young men and the women. I'm not scared. It's the way you approach them. You can't go there. You can't go to them thinking that you're better. You understand? It's the way you approach them. And I love when OAA have the youth there because those kids are crying out. Just because, I think that society put a stigma on young men when they say boys don't supposed to cry.
What?
I think that's what society says, that boys don't supposed to cry.
So
Growing up in the house, you're a boy, suck it up. That's too much on young men, and I feel like our young men be having a lot to say, and it's the way we raise our children also. So I feel like I like what you said. Don't be afraid. Talk to them. When I see them little boys with them things around their head, what they call them, they flag. I tell them to come here. I want to talk to you because that can be my son. I have 4 sons, and I want somebody. If I'm not around, I want somebody to talk to my sons
right.
and to save them.
We got somebody on, one of our viewers, Yolanda Beall, is on with us, and she says the village has to unite and continue to speak positively, continue to instill that you are never too old to learn. One of the reasons why I want to read what our listeners are saying is because, like she said, we are a village. Sean is now a part of the village that's on the outside, and we are trying to do all we can to help influence. I say that intentionally, to help influence our young men and women, especially our young Black men and women. So you're never too old to learn. And also, we have one. Miss Rowson says this: by the grace of God, I am not going back. Thank God for His grace over us. So she recognizes your fortitude, Sean. She recognizes your change. They all do. And we just want to encourage you even the more, because don't get it twisted, bro. Some hard times gonna come. Don't get it twisted. You know, a lot of us that are on here now, we did that time. We're out. Challenges have come in our lives. And so I'm just glad that you have that fortitude, that beautiful baby, that beautiful girl you spoke about, the girlfriend. You see something that you can hold on to when a difficult, challenging time comes. Because, bruh, it's going to come. Believe that. But you're holding on. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to say this here, Sean. I don't know where you at, brother. As far as I know, you just getting the job and everything. As far as you getting your credit and all of that build up, man. That's the most important thing right now. The way the world is going now towards the, money situation, toward far as having something in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got my credit right, man. When I came home, my credit was like a 500. And since I've been home, I've been building it up. And I can pretty much now say, man, I'm not where I can be, but I'm where I'm comfortable with, going to get some things that I couldn't get at one time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I say, man, I don't know where you at with that, but get your credit right, brother. Go out there and build something for your family, man. And of course, keep Allah with you at all times, because I know you are, because you became Muslim. Allah makes Muslims. We don't make ourselves Muslims. Allah made you a Muslim. So go out there and do what's right, do what's best, brother. That's all I needed. I want to tell you, man, because I know the struggles. I went through the same thing. We all did. We all did. You know what I mean? And I had a landscaping job when I was in the feds. I said I would never cut no more grass. I tell this story all the time. Sean, I tell this story all the time. Marie, I tell them, Julius, you already heard the story. I was cutting the warden, I was cutting the captain yard, and I was, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, I want to do something so bad to the yard. No, I said I ain't never cutting no more grass. I got my own landscaping business now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
That's good.
I don't like the job, but I love the money that I'm making from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That job was able to put my credit score at a place where I'm good.
Right.
But being in prison, I said I would never work a landscaping job ever. Never. You know what I mean? So I say that, brother, I don't know your job situation and your financial situation, but get that right. Once you get that right, brother, you good.
Yeah,
good. Because I can see you already as far as the mentorship thing and the way you talking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be good with the youth.
Right. It was it been a challenge for the last couple of weeks. I've been trying to get me a car, and I deal with this getting my driver license. Like for 3 weeks, they kept on saying that I have to pay a fine, so I had to come back, go to the courthouse. I paid the fine, so I went back to the driver license place. They said I had another fine. I said, what? So I'm like, I wanted to give up, but I'm like, no, I can't. I came too far.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid that fine. And last week, I just got my learning license.
That's good.
So next week, I'm going to take the driving test.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get my car.
That's it.
Because that's the reason why I work. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I'm just...
Ain't nothing wrong with taking baby steps. Before you got locked up, or before all of us got locked up, we was probably taking gigantic steps.
Right.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with baby steps. We got tricked into taking big steps when we should have been taking baby steps towards our goal. You know what I mean? So I can see, Sean, you on your way to success, man, and I'm proud of you. I'm just meeting you today, brother, but you know what I mean? I'm proud of you. Keep the success going and that patience. You already know how that patience is.
Yeah,
patience.
Inshallah, alhamdulillah.
Well, I know one thing: prison will teach you patience, because
Yes.
you have to wait for everything. So it will teach you patience. So you're out now, Sean. You have the freedom that you need. You're there. You feel your mom's presence. Like you say, you like to be home. So whatever you need, and guess what? Write it down or whatever. It's coming to you.
Oh, okay,
It's gonna
okay.
come to you.
That's right. I believe
Yes.
in it. I believe in
Yeah.
that.
That's right. It's gonna come to you.
Sean, we got some guys listening that's in prison right now. I believe in Jessup. Of course, I want you to speak to them because we don't ever want to forget about our brothers and sisters that are still behind the bars. And
Right.
so, and then I think Julius may want to come in because I know we got an update that's coming from the Upton 47. But nevertheless, use this moment right now to give an encouraging word, a reminder of hope, if you will, to those men and women that are still behind bars. What would you say to them right now?
I came to prison with 2 life and 60 years. I pray every day. In 5 years, I gave back 2 life and 60 years and pleaded out to 20 years. I'm home now.
Yes.
Never give up on faith. Faith without action, it don't exist. So you have to pray. Just know that when you're down, go to your room. Get on your knees. Ask God for help. He might not come when you want him, but he gonna be on time.
Yes,
Right?
he is. That's right.
Alhamdulillah. So, like I say, just have patience. Don't never give up. Do what you're supposed to do. Keep your head up. Ain't nobody gonna help you but you. Ain't nobody gonna feed you but you. So continue to, hold your head up. Just be positive. Hang around positive people. Get away from the negativity.
Right.
If it's negativity, move. Just, I don't know, just pray. That's what I did. It ain't easy. I know it ain't easy. It's
True.
plenty of time I don't cry. I ain't scared to cry.
That's good.
I'm a man.
That's right.
So, hey, I just ask God to protect y'all brothers and sisters that's locked up. To instill in y'all hearts, love and peace. And hope that y'all make it home. Because prison, jail, ain't no place to be.
Mm-mm.
Mothers, fathers, daughters, son, we need y'all out here. We need y'all. Our kids need y'all. So I hope to see y'all. That's it.
Good word, man. I think that all of us that are on right now, one of the things that we have in common outside of prison is the fact that our faith was a strong component that brought us through. Regardless of what your faith is, it was a strong component that brought us through. And also that now that we're on the outside, that same faith that we have is continually motivating us and moving us to open our mouths to tell others our story. Again, that's what Incarceration to Incorporation is about. It is a platform that has been brilliantly thought about, also that has been because of what Julius has did with all things relevant media. He saw the vision as well, and now we are giving other returning citizens an opportunity, a platform to tell their stories and also to spread their hope. And I'm glad that tonight we got a chance to hear Sean as he spread his hope to those that are in his sphere. AB, you think that Julius is coming on now with that update from the Upton 47?
Yeah, I just got the word that it is. Try to put him on. He said we got a few minutes left, so got to bring him on and get that update.
What up? What up?
Hey, my brothers, time for that update.
Well, they didn't call. They told me that if they don't call, that they have them on lockdown.
Oh,
So
okay.
they'll lock them up sometime when they know they got shows that they're supposed to do because they're listening to those guys' phone calls. So they didn't call, but we're trying to get an update from them so they could tell us what the situation is down there. I know a lot of them went to court all week this week, so we're trying to see whether they dropped any of the charges because most of them are there on just some trumped up charges and on some phone call charges. I know they're using this the RICO laws and locking these kids up under the RICO laws, even if you had a phone call with somebody that might have been an innocent phone call. So, and they just got I guess they're trying to show that they're doing something to everybody because they just went in, I think it was like 30, 30 or 40 Ghostface killers. The Ghostface Killers motorcycle gang. It's a white motorcycle gang. That's and they just charged about 30 or 40 of them. Might have been more than that, 30, 40, or 50. I remember reading it 2 days ago. Um, but they charged them under the same law. But they got them for some killings and everything. And that's what it's for. But it's not for you to make have a phone call and we didn't say anything about anything illegal and didn't make an illegal transaction or anything, and then you still come to get me because I talked to you who happened to have been in jail asking me to send you some money. Nah, that's not how it's supposed to work. But
Julius, for those listeners that just came on who really don't know what we're talking about, give us a little background of what we're talking about and who we're talking about.
we're talking about a group of guys that are locked up in Upson County, Georgia. There's 47 of them, and the state of Georgia had this gang task force, and they rounded up all these guys. And I guess they didn't have enough. They were trying to show the state that this new law that Georgia enacted works. So what they did was they went and rounded up all these guys, even if they just made a phone call, even if they just was talking to somebody and never said anything. They would listen to the tapes, and these guys did nothing but talk to somebody from the prison. Hell, I talked to them. They might come get me. I doubt it though. But I guess they're trying to affiliate them with the gangs, and we they call this program and tell us an update about their situation. They call the other talk shows that we have also and tell us what's going on there. A lot of them are being held on charges that has nothing to do with anything they ever did in their life. They've never been to the place that they're charged at. These are trumped up charges from many of them just being associates of other people and not actually committing a crime under the RICO laws. They're allowed to use conspiracy laws and group people together who have associations instead of having actual crimes and having actual evidence that a crime was committed. They just put them there and let you fight for yourself. The feds usually do that, but the state has been doing it for a little while now, and we're just gonna pray that those guys, the ones that are truly innocent, are able to get out of there.
Wow. You said how long has this been going on?
I think they've been in there since October, I believe.
Wow.
Sound like they rounding up those brothers, man, for some experimenting, man. To me,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's
They're
what
testing that. They're testing that law, and they gathered all these guys up, and then they took them from one end of Georgia all the way to the other end of Georgia, so they won't have that contact. And what they're trying to do is they pressure them to take a plea to something that they're not guilty of. And after a while, pressure will bust a pipe. And you're in there and you think there's no hope. You're not around your family members because they took you from the East Coast and took you to the west part of Georgia, you know, 350 miles away, and there's nobody there for you. They monitoring your phone calls, barely giving you a call, You know, they're calling here last Friday, and they were supposed to call this Friday, and they didn't call. But they called me during the week to tell me that they were calling on to give us an update on Friday at 6. They called me twice during the week, but I haven't heard anything today. So we're waiting on that update, and hopefully we'll get it by next Friday for the show next Friday.
All right.
But you know, it just goes to show, you know, and like Mr. Riley said, brother, you got a powerful story. It is a story that we like to tell here on this platform because you can go anywhere from here. You can go, you know, once you have completed your time, you have paid your debt to society, and once paid, the debt is no longer a debt. So you don't owe anybody, brother. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do nothing. You
That's
see
right.
this back here? I'm running for mayor. I did 21 years in federal prison. I'm going to be the next mayor of this city. So don't let nobody tell you you can't do nothing. You do whatever you set your mind to. Just do it the right way and do it legally.
That's it.
You know?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
I understand that.
Yes, sir.
In other words, Marie, I haven't heard from you in a while. I want
What
to
would
hear
you
from
want me
you.
to? You want me to say something?
We still got a lot of viewers on. We still got a lot of
Well,
viewers who just
Sean,
tuning
I want to
in.
say that I am very, very proud of you. Like I said, I met Sean on the Facebook, and I took and went into his inbox, and I wanted him to come because I felt that he would have a good story to tell, and I'm glad that you said that you would do it because it was very good. That I'm going to stay in contact with you because I want to see how you're doing with your mentorship.
Okay.
Get you
Okay.
some
Thank
young men, get you some young men, and help them.
you. I will.
Help them. What you went through for 20 years was not in vain. You're going to help a lot of young men.
That's
All
right.
right.
You don't know
Yeah, that's
who's watching you.
What city is he in?
He's in Georgia, Milledgeville, right, Sean?
Milledgeville. Yep.
Oh,
Milledgeville.
okay. We just had a guy on from Milledgeville, the ex-mayor up there, the first black mayor of Milledgeville, Floyd Griffin. We just had him on the show Wednesday.
Okay. Okay.
He's in Milledgeville. He's running for
Okay.
Secretary of State now. Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Awesome. Awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, brother, and try to save as many brothers as those young at-risk youth, at-risk youth as you can.
As you
You know.
can.
Right.
Hey,
And I thank y'all for having me on
Sean,
y'all show. I thank
you're part
y'all.
of it now.
I'm gonna continue to do good. I'm gonna continue to talk to the young people, and hopefully I can change their life.
Yes, sir.
And
Inshallah.
you know, I thank
And if
y'all.
you ever need
This
to
right helped
talk to
me a
any
lot
of
today.
us, give us a call, Marie,
Okay.
Julius, or whoever invited you. If you need to talk to any of us, and anything that we can do to help you, just reach out, brother. That's what we're here for. If we can't do it, we got to find somebody that can. That's what we're here for, as a support mechanism to make sure that we lower the recidivism rate. And that's what we're
Right.
here for, to try to help
Okay.
in any way that we can.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All
Well, I
right.
want
And
to
we,
just say, I
Okay.
want to say, man, I appreciate this opportunity to be able to lift your voice, if you will, to give you this opportunity to, share with those that are listening. I encourage you on. I motivate you, bro. Just continue to do what you are doing. And also, I love to say this phrase, just like Julius loved to say his phrase, but I love to say my phrase also. We may have started out, all of us, we may have started out wrong, but we can all finish strong. And I want you to
Yes.
know that that's what you're doing right now. You're finishing strong. So again, I encourage you, keep on doing it, bro. You can make it. Others
and
can.
make sure y'all getting Keith Richardson's information also, because if he's going to be talking to those young guys, then Keith is willing to come and give his presentation to. He's a prison guard that is a regular on this show. He's a prison guard in North Carolina there with AB, and he is awesome. He gave one at OAA the other day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Truth.
All right. Thank y'all.
You're welcome, Sean.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
You're welcome.
All right,
See
Sean.
y'all
Okay,
again.
Bye,
let's do the closing words. Marie, you got any closing words to give to the people?
You me. I just want everybody to stay encouraged. Encourage. Um just stay encouraged. That's all I want to say. Keep your head up, Sean. Don't never give up hope. Keep praying 5 times a day. That's a lot of strength right there. You hear me? And that's all I really want to say. Just encourage one another. Keep being positive, and that's just about it. And I love y'all.
Okay. Thank y'all. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Y'all got to teach
All
me
right.
that.
All right. All right. What a wonderful show we had today.
And AB, Maria
Yeah.
is our new guest. She's our new co-host.
Okay. Okay. Good. Glad to have you on,
So
Marie.
Well,
it's the
thank you,
four of
AB.
us. It's the four of us, and we'll keep it
Yeah.
live, and we'll be inviting guests and anybody that needs to come in and tell their story. Y'all can contact either of us, any of us, and we'll get you on to uh, uh, give that testimony so that we can change some lives.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, I told the audience earlier, man, that I've been missing in action, and you brothers, man, both of you Julius, y'all set the bar up for me, man, by holding it down while I was gone. You know what I mean?
And
So,
Marie been there for the last 3 weeks too.
okay, well, Marie, hey,
That's right, AB.
hey, thanks for filling in. Thanks for coming
You're
on board.
welcome.
Thanks for the wonderful show today. Um, thanks for tuning in to another segment of Incarceration to Incorporation. Each and every Friday, we sit back and talk to those individuals that has gone through the transition back into society, coming from the prison passageway. We want to give a shout out to All Things Relevant Media, All Things Relevant Media Consultant, for giving us this platform to be able to give to those individuals that need the resources like we have the resources to give to you all. Marie, I thank you for coming on board as a
You're
new host.
welcome.
Julius Campbell, thanks for holding it down. Julius Hall, thank you, my brother, for holding it down. I know you out there being busy with that running for mayor, and congratulations to you, brother. I know you're gonna win that election. I know you're gonna win and do great things out there. And what part of Georgia is it again?
Right outside Savannah, Port Wentworth, Georgia.
There it is. Y'all heard it. The new mayor out there. Thanks for tuning in, man. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
All
See
Bye,
right.
y'all
y'all.
back here next
Good night.
Friday.
All right.